Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Just trajectory to the maybe like my fault, y'all. I just be trying to have somewhere to set this up at. I set it right here. It's cool. So I know before I start, I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm not planning on to be here on here too long. I just kinda I just pretty much want to regurgitate some of the things I spoke about yesterday on stream. I just want to regurgitate a little bit of things. So I'm gonna start off with about our people, right? Like I said yesterday, if y'all was in my stream and y'all tuned in, I said we would never be nothing. We will never be nothing long as we keep playing by their playbook. Long as we keep playing by their playbook, we won't be nothing. We always find ourselves coming up short. And we keep falling for the pandering. We fell for Barack Obama. Right? We fell for Rosa Parks. Right? We fell for MLK. Right? We fell for all these people. We fall for things like Black History Month, or a newer one, Juneteenth. We have something. We have this right here. I got 12 cars in my driveway. I live with my family. They say the cars is for everybody, but they got one small car out of them 12 cars. And then I get the keys to not that car as soon as I get in late. Hold on. Where you think you're going with that car? Right? It's, you get where I'm getting at. It is, you can't, my bad. You can't do that. I mean, not you. Okay, my fault. I'm sorry. You get in a car that is any car, but it's not the smallest car, and they say, "Oh, wait, what you doing? You can't drive that car." Well, I thought every car was for me. I thought you said I can drive any car. So that's how, and I'm translating that to how they pander to us. They give you only the month of February, Black History Month, right? And then what's also February, the shortest month of the year. But y'all fall for it all the time. We fall for it all the time. As long as we keep falling for their pandering, and falling for the schemes that they do or that they possess, we will always find ourselves at the bottom all the time. All the time. All the time. This new way of not necessarily nature itself. No, not nature itself. But this right here. Go down all these streets. Go down all these streets in your cities. In your cities that you live in. Even cities that predominantly black people stay in. Right? Or live. Who is, when you look at all these street names, and you look up the people that these street names is named after, it's nobody like us. Let me say this. Now, if y'all tuned in yesterday, y'all know that I had said something. Y'all will remember me saying something along the lines of, if you go to any city and if they got an MLK Street, a Martin Luther King Street, majority, or if not all cities in the U.S. have a Martin Luther King Street. You want to know the thing with the Martin Luther King streets? They are always, you guessed it, in the worst areas. One of the highest crime rated areas. Right? Okay. We have that. But look at, but you will never see one, but you will never see a MLK Street out here. In any suburban area, you will never see an MLK Street. Never. But you want to know this? Anytime you go into predominantly black neighborhoods, right? You and black people, we have so many people that did great things. The first person to perform heart surgery was a black person. The first person to even make the front porch, I think it was like invented a front, I think it was a front porch. I can't be wrong though. It was something like along them lines. That a black person. Most black people, most of inventions that came out was already here for black people. I mean, already created from black people or copper race people. But what Caucasian or racist America do? You guessed it, they take the credit for it. So, out of all these black people that we have, or copper race people that we have, that did great things, that y'all took the credit from, y'all can put their names on these streets. But you see, they will never put a black person name, oh no, and make it a particular street in the suburbs or predominantly white areas. But they put all these white, possibly racist people on street names that's in areas where it's black people. But you will never see, you get where you, hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying, right? When you go to all these stores, this is also going to be a PowerPoint, so I'm not going to spend too long on this topic. I'm not going to spend too long on this. When you go to Kroger, when you go to, you know what? I'm not even going to be store specific. When you go to majority of these big name stores, supermarkets, convenience stores. When you go to these big name stores, get your phone out and look who these stores is owned by. It'll shock you. It'll shock you. It will shock you. Look at who these stores is. Look at who these stores is owned by. Look at who these stores is owned by. My bad. Look at who these stores is owned by. Okay? And when these people created these stores, or let me not say created, funded these stores or founded these stores, they were in a time where our people had little to no opportunity, and some still slaves in certain parts of the country, in certain areas. This is when they built their foundation. Right? Okay. So, just know, every time we go around, every time you see these stores, you street names, just know that this world, or this economy, or this world, this economy is not built for you. It's not. Speaking on stores, you go to these stores. If you look at the people who owned them, you will understand that they founded these stores in the most racist times, when your forefathers or ancestors were still slaves, enslaved, right? And what they do, still got these stores up. Meaning, let me give you an example. If me, right? If I was somebody that did something, let's say if I got a weapon, right? And I shot somebody with that particular weapon, right? Let's say I shot my best friend with this weapon. I got a best friend, and let's say me and him got into it, hypothetically speaking, just making an example here, and I shot him with this weapon. And let's say afterwards I did it, I felt bad, right? But yet, I still keep that weapon. I still keep it. Now, you may ask, where's this example going? I'm going to tell you. Okay? Every time I look at this weapon, I will be reminded of me unaliving an ex-friend of mine. Every time I look at that, I'm going to be reminded that this is the gun that unalived my friend. right? Or let me not say me. My friend got shot with that. Right? And every time I see somebody say Glock 40 or every time I see a Glock 40 or I see somebody bring up a Glock 40, was instantly I'm gonna start thinking about that's the friend, that's the weapon that took out my friend. Or that's the weapon that took out my brother. Or that's the weapon that took out in general, my loved one. Right? So, translate this back to this. These is stores. This is a store I had when the original Aboriginal people, this was their land first. Right? And this is a store that I had when their forefathers or their ancestors was still enslaved. Okay. But you know what? We are still going to keep these stores running. We is still going to build financial wealth off of a store that we created when the copper race people were enslaved. Do you get the correlation there? And we don't have no thoughts or we don't have no thoughts about removing our stores, changing the names, even taking them down or telling people where they come from we don't have no plans on doing that. And we are going to keep making our family rich off of basically we are basically going to keep making our family rich on money that we got during slavery. No regrets, no feeling bad about it or nothing. They don't care. So every time they see their stores, do you think they are reminded of, dang, I know I founded this in a time where copper race people forefathers were still slaves? Do you think they care? Do you think they look like, be for real? Do you think they care? Do you think they are reminded when their stores, now granted, the people that created these stores are not here anymore, but they gave it down to their grandchildren, right? Do you think the grandchildren is thinking or even wondering, when did my grandparents found this? Or if they do know, more than likely they do. I'm just dumbing it down a bit. But they do know. Do you think they have an idea or even care? Like, okay, I know this was a time when copper race people was. No, they don't. They don't. So y'all are still okay with generating revenue from a store you had doing when our forefathers were slaves. And that's about 90% of stores. When you look at convenience stores, medicine stores, or anything like places you get medicine from, like a Rite Aid, CVS, a Walgreens, or what have you, right? We know who created modern day medicine. We know who did that. We know who did that. We know who did that. So, or I know who did that, but we know that it's not built for you. Now nature itself, like trees, grounding, um, things of that sort, um, it benefits us more. It benefits us more. But this newfound economy we live in, it's not for us. It's really not for nobody, but we get the worst end of the stick. We get the worst end of the stick. When they give up, when oh man, the spider web right here. Okay. Y'all may recall me talking about, um, something in particular yesterday. I had brought up something upon the lines of, um, I said it was, however, my bad. No, my bad. Um, I brought up something upon the lines of this right here. I had brought up something upon the lines of this right here. Um, I had said we, my bad, y'all. It was just a Caucasian lady right there, so I didn't want to say anything. My bad. Okay, moving forward. Okay. One of my neighbors. Um, so I had said something along the lines of what? Okay, like me sitting alone. Me. What did I say? What did I say last night? Forget it. Forget it. It'll come back to me. But, however, it's not built for you. Okay, I remember now. Okay, came back to me that quick. So you see, I said something about last names last night, right? Last names. I said something about last names. I said you will never see a white person with the last name Sanchez. You will never see a black person with the last name Sanchez. Right? You will never see a black person with the last name Vang. You will never see a white person with the last name Vang. What do I mean by that? Every other ethnicity or race has their own cultural last names. But the only people that can possibly or even come close to sharing the last name is, you guessed it. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Now, I know why they did that. Y'all can look it up. But I know why they did that. I know why they did that. I also know why they gave us religion. And we worship it the most. Like I said last night, we worship it more than they do. And they're the creators of it. We go full retard for religion. Moving forward. Now, we also got this. we have carbon 12, right? Melanin. What do they like to promote or say? 666 is the mark of the beast, right? So are you calling black people beast when 666 is really carbon 12 melanin that only us copper race people possess? But you are calling us a beast in your books. Okay. But they give y'all certain things. Back to pandering. They give y'all certain things in the Bible, and then some of it may make a little sense to y'all. And um, then y'all see, look, this is it. This real. This is what it is. It's real. Genesis, Genes of Isis. We gonna say that for another stream, but they give you these things to pander to you. So if you had any idea or you had any thoughts of even questioning religion right before you go full on into questioning religion or looking at religion with from a different perspective, you see something that somewhat makes sense, you back full retard for religion. You possibly could have been questioning. You possibly could have been questioning religion. But soon as let me give you an example. It's like this. If y'all know, right? If y'all got siblings, I don't have siblings, but I got like cousins and people I grew up with, like younger people I grew up with, right? Like my cousins and things like that. I'm the only child on both sides. So, let me say this. It's almost like this, man. You gotta shake it so loud. I need to wait till it go past. Hold on, y'all. Okay, back to my point. If you got little siblings, right? You have younger siblings. You ever, like, let's say you hit you and your sibling, y'all rough house and y'all playing, and you may hit your sibling a bit too hard, and you sense or you see that they are about to start crying. As soon as they start crying, you tell them, hey, hit me back, hit me back. If you got siblings, you know I'm not lying. You would say, hit me back, hit me back. So they can stop crying, for they can feel. So basically, so they can stop crying. So, because you hit them, and so in a sense, they're retaliating. And then when they hit you, you start to fake like you hurt. Because you put yourself, because they look at you as, he just put himself in my shoes. Right? So, it's the same thing with religion. As soon as I'm about to get ready to question it, hey. This kind of makes sense right here. I'm questioning. Something don't seem. Then something that somewhat sort of makes sense, because religion is somewhat of a, people will call a prophecy, right? So a lot of people say a lot of things from religion is happening, but if you had a game plan or a playbook, I'm almost assuming that everything will go according to your playbook when this world is predominantly, or this economy is predominantly for them, that race of people. I would almost assume that, right? However, so we got that. Okay, we got that. So, soon as you about to get ready to, so back to my point. So, soon as you about to get ready to question religion, soon as you about to get ready to question it, they say, wait. You look at it, something makes sense to you. Then you like, hey, look, oh. You back for a retard. So only thing they gotta give you is just something like this for you to budge, or for you, or not for you to bite off of it. That's all they gotta do. They just gotta give you this much just for you to bite back off of it. Just for you to bite off of it. That's all they gotta give you. Because all the things that didn't make sense in that book, that you possibly could have started questioning, then you see one thing that makes sense, you back for a retard. One thing that you see that makes sense. And we do the same thing like how we did with Kanye West. He spoke for our people. He said one thing we didn't like. Now we all of a sudden bashing him and publicizing it. We, as people, have to get it together. We have to get it together. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. We got people that is so like this. Now, this is a bit off topic here, right? This is a bit off topic. But stay with me here. We got people that lack so much common sense it's not funny. Right? So, I see this. So, if y'all don't know, GTA 6 is upon release, and very shortly. Very, very shortly. And people say this. This to let me know how much common sense people don't have, or how remedial they can't be. Right? I'm gonna say this. So you have people that say, man, GTA 6 need to hurry up and come out. We've been waiting for 13 years. You may say, wait, GTA 6 did come on GTA 5 did come on in 2013. It's 2026. That is 13 years. Sir. So what you're telling me is this. When that game came out, as soon as it came out, you was instantly GTA 6. As soon as the game came out. No. That's like me saying, give an example. That's like me saying this. Give an example. Okay. That's like me saying the Jordan Bread 11s came out, right? It's like me saying that. And then I say, dang, man, they need to come out with the Jordan 11s again. They need to come out with the Jordan Bread 11s again. That's almost like me saying that. They come out with the Jordan Bread 11s. And then when they come out, I say, dang, man, they need to come out with them again. Right? That almost is dumb as saying that, right? Meaning this. when something comes out, you're not instantaneously wanting the upgrade of that particular thing or the same thing. You're not wanting that, right? You're not. When the if GTA 5 came out 2013, so as soon as 2013 hit, you was instantaneously waiting for GTA 6. So in GTA 6, so that shows me y'all will never, people are never satisfied. Because as soon as GTA 6 come out, what y'all gonna be waiting on GTA 7? Or y'all gonna enjoy GTA 6 for a few years before y'all start wanting GTA 7? My point exactly. But it's to show you how non-remedial people are, right? It's to show you that a lot of people don't use common sense. A lot of people lack it at a very, 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 very high degree. If I get a pair of Jordan 11s, I'm gonna wear them for a while. I'm gonna wear them for a few years before I before I like before I start getting a note. Before I start to think, they need to come out with some more Jordan 11 breads. I'm gonna rock them for a while. That's like me saying, well, they need to come out with some Jordan 11 breads. They come out and I instantly want them again. And I was like, they need to come out with them again. That's how dumb that is. What you get, when you get something, you enjoy it for a while before you start wanting something else. But like I said before, so when GTA 6 come out, y'all gonna want GTA 7. When GTA 7 come out, y'all gonna want GTA 8. Off rip. But if y'all want it like that, y'all have to understand. If y'all want it like that, hey, or if y'all have that, if y'all think like that, then the game that y'all love and that y'all like won't be perfected. It it'll be BS because y'all are impatient. But it's the show. And I've really brought that up. It has nothing to do with this live. But I brought that up just to show you how people think and how people don't use common sense. It's just to show you that. Right? And let's move back to, I'm gonna kind of dilute everything because my white neighbors are outside right now, so just bear with me, y'all, for a bit. But I didn't say that GTA 6 just because they out here. I was really that was real. That was a legit example. I wasn't doing that just to fill in the quietness. I am now, but um, but yeah. So we have that. People go full retard for a man that they never seen. Y'all believe in a man that sacrificed his son, his child, right? Even though most of y'all don't even know that God is not even Jesus' son. That's one. But that's neither here nor there. Do your research. Look it up. Look it up. Y'all look up everything else. Look that up. If you know the Bible, you would know that Jesus is not God's son, as most people may believe. But let's go with that. They say Jesus They like to say, God sacrificed his son, Jesus, on the cross. Why would you have, why would you have or follow a man that sacrificed his son for random people? If I see somebody sacrifice their child for me, they are not to be trusted. They are not to be trusted. Another thing, what's the name of the first slave ship that they built? Serapis Christus, or you can say Jesus. We came over here on slave ships, and guess what? Y'all fall for it every single time. Y'all fall for that every single time. Y'all fall for it every single time. We came here on slave ships not knowing we already been here. We've been everywhere on this planet. And y'all fall for their tricks and games all the time. Or not tricks and games, their lies, I should say. You fall for their lies all the time. And long as we keep falling for their lies and being gullible, the gullible people that we are always going to find ourselves at the bottom. Always. Do you not know? I don't know. I let like a jumping spider. Hold on, let me back up a little bit because I don't want it to jump over here. Hold on. I might have to. What's the name it real quick? Give me a second, y'all. There we go. All right. Yeah, I don't think it's a jumping. No, never mind. I probably was wrong. Okay. As I was saying. Okay. As I was saying. So, long as we keep falling for them, their lies, and their trickery, we are always going to find ourselves at the bottom. We are always going to find ourselves at the bottom all the time. When they can give you something and we go full retard for it, they got us in a chokehold. Do you not know everything, the majority of things that they put here, majority of the things that they put here and or created, we worship more than they do. They put money here. Who worship it the most? We do. They put God, religion here. Who worship it the most? We do. We worship their own creations more than we do. Than they do. We worship their creations more than they do. How is that even possible? And then the thing is, we go full retard for it. So, us as a people need help. Like, seriously. Really need it. And it's becoming so bad. It's becoming bad. You have children in school getting taught that they come from Africa in chains and shackles and on slave ships. Even though, well, as a parent, you should be back at home telling them what it is. What I mean by that, in hindsight, educate yourself. So your child can know what they know and know the real. So that make you 10 times ahead. Because you know what they know and you know what's original. But you also know what they know too. Right? So we have these children thinking where they come from is Africa. We have people thinking that being a lighter or closer to a Caucasian's skin color is better than being dark skinned. We have these things. It's programming. It's programmed for a kid to think. Even people that's older, that dark people or people that's darker is less attractive because of their skin color. That's the programming. That is the programming. You got black kids playing with white Barbie dolls. All this systematic programming. And they give you, kids just gonna be kids. Kids gonna do what they gonna do. It really irks me, you know. And then you also have this. They gave us. I'm not gonna go into depth on this. I'm gonna say this for a different stream. They give you stuff like Martin Luther King. They gave us him. They did. They give you stuff like that. They do. Or people like him. That's all I'm gonna say. They gave us him. We got these religious folks. Back on that. We have these religious folks or hold on, before I get to that, let me go back a little bit when I was where I was just talking about parents educating themselves, right? For the children. You educate yourself as a parent. So now your children can know what you didn't know at a particular age, what means that it would be means that it will be evolution within your lineage, right? Your personal family. People have to understand. Okay. Now what? Before I go back to people have to understand. Okay. Now, let me go back to what I was just about to say about religion. We worship their religion more than they do, right? We worship their religion more than they do, and they created it, right? Because it's theirs. Now, if y'all don't remember what I said last night, I said back in 2021 or 2, it was a white guy that walked into a black Christian church and all of them got on their knees and started praying for God to come save them. Well, when your forefathers was hanging from trees, getting split apart or drugged to death by horses, babies getting fed to alligators, us getting whipped and beat, where was God then? And that was 400 years ago. Where was God then? If he watched that for 400 years, what makes you think he is about to get ready to save you from a 4-5 going straight into your face? He ain't saved them, so you think God is about to get ready to save a 40 caliber bullet coming your way? God just going, That bullet ain't gonna hit him. That bullet ain't gonna hit her. Religion promotes weakness. Let me say this before I say that. If you go into a white church as a black man, or even their own, and you come in there angry with the weapon, looking to cause harm, they gon' blow you down, no homo. For the people that's funny, they is gon' smoke you. They is going to smoke you. They're gonna smoke you. They gonna get you out of there, as they should. But us, we get on our knees and pray, and hoping that there's a savior that's gonna come and save us. Somebody that we never seen, that we have an idea about. Yourself is always your best protection. Don't ever rely on somebody to protect you as well as you will protect yourself. Let me say it again. Don't for the slow folk back. Don't expect someone to protect you as well or as fast as you will protect yourself. Just like this. Don't expect nobody to take care of your children more than you. Don't expect nobody to take care of your child just like how you take care of your child. Don't expect nobody to protect you. Don't rely on nobody to protect you, because you are always your first protection. You are always your first protection. If I gotta call somebody to come protect me, as in the police or whatnot, I gotta wait on them. But if I took initiative to protect myself, the job will already be done. Of me having to protect myself. But you waiting on somebody to protect you, that's almost like you being a sitting duck waiting to get harmed or unalived by someone. That's you being a sitting duck. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make this clear. I'm gonna make this real clear. Like I said before, you are always your first line of protection. Don't rely on nobody. Don't rely on nobody to protect you when you are there. When you have the physical ability to protect yourself. Because ain't nobody gonna do that faster than you. When you gotta wait on somebody to protect you, you're a sitting duck, waiting to get harmed because you're waiting on somebody else. If let's say if a person walk in your house, right, 45 caliber gun or a Glock 40, you got your Bible in your hand, Christian. Also got your phone. You call the police. You relying on them, it's not going to solve it because, hypothetically speaking, what if them police don't never show up? What about hypothetically? What about if these police been getting prank calls all day, and you just happen to be another one that they might be assuming that's a prank call? They don't show up. Or what about if it take them 45 minutes to show up? So what, you gonna wait on them or you gonna take initiative? Moving forward. Like I was saying, religion promotes weakness. Be a good slave to a good slave master. Be a good slave also to a bad slave master. If something happens, turn the other cheek. What is that? So if somebody come and punch me dead in my face, don't do nothing about it. Just, okay, punch my face. Okay, I'm just walk away. Turn the other cheek. I ain't gonna say too much, but that's the reason why they got Malcolm X out of here. Because he wasn't going for that. We gon' do a stream on this specifically, MLK, Malcolm X. We gonna break that down into a whole its own stream, right? This is just me kind of regurgitating the information I had spoke upon yesterday, or the things I had talked about yesterday, right? So, if a war breaks out, we done. We're done. It's white parents teaching their kids how to load sniper rifles at the age of 4 years old. And here we go. Got our kids in church praying, relying on a savior. What I just tell y'all, don't rely on somebody to save you when you have the physical abilities and capabilities to save you, or capabilities to save yourself or to protect yourself. Whether it's running away, getting out of harm's way, whether it's fighting back, whether it's shooting back, whether it's that, no matter what it is, right? So, religion is promoting weakness. It promotes weakness. So, if a war breaks out, what we gonna be? Damn sitting ducks. Waiting on somebody to come save us. Cause what religion say? If something bad happens to you, Don't fight back. Just turn the other cheek. But the people that created that religion, do you think they do that? They just rocking y'all to sleep. They rocking y'all to sleep. They giving y'all something. They are giving y'all something to weaken y'all, to let y'all guard down. They are giving y'all something to let y'all guard down. So when they attack, you are going to be too weak to defend yourself. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a magician, right? And I can hypnotize somebody, right? I can hypnotize somebody, right? So, or scratch that. I'll give you a better example. If somebody and they laying your guard down because they know we was here first, and they know the strength and what we are capable of, if and what we can, or what we was, or and what we can be capable of if we wasn't so retarded for religion, right? They understand our powers, our abilities that we possess. So what do you do to the person that you know that's stronger than you naturally? What do you know? What do? You weaken that person. If I know that this person is stronger than, let's say, hypothetically, you know this person is stronger than you, right? To weaken him, you get a weapon out, and or you get a dart, or let me say this, you get a dart gun that make them feel nauseous, that make them feel nauseous. My bad. You get a dart gun, you shoot them before you fight them. That make them feel nauseous. So say if they was fighting like this, right? Say if they like this, boom, 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 they ready. As soon as you hit them with the dart gun, now they like that, trying to fight you, right? Now they're sluggish. But you did that because you know that person was stronger than you. So you have to weaken them, let their guard down, so you can take advantage. Or you have a better chance at winning the fight. In their case, the war. Right? So, moving forward, let's go back on to parents educating their children. Or, yes, and teaching your children the original or aboriginal history. Right? Telling their child facts. What you have to understand, parents, when it's a lineage of anything, right? Let me give you an example. If my mom whooped me with a switch, if my mom was to whoop me with a switch, let's say my mom would get a switch off a tree and whoop me with it, right? I'm not saying me specifically, but I'm generalizing it. If my mom whooped me with a switch, more than likely, that means her mom whooped her with a switch. Then that means more than likely her mom's mom whooped her with a switch. You see that? So that means my great 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 grandma whooped her daughter with the switch. You see that? So it's no evolution past that. So when when I say educate your children, this is what I mean. You didn't know the information you know you didn't know the information you know now at the age of 15, at the age of 16, at the age of 17, 18. But let's say hypothetically, or not hypothetically, but let's give an example. Let's say you're 30 years old now and you got a decent amount of information or knowledge that you can give to your child and you don't do it. Or mean you don't have information or you don't care about having any. Right? But what you have to understand is best to do that because you can gain it right now, and while your child is still young at the age of let's say give or take, let's say 13 years old. Now your child knows what you didn't know or what you do know at 30, but they know this at 13. You see how that goes? And then their child can possibly learn younger when they have children. Now their son or their daughter can learn that at the age 10. And then information keeps going down. It keeps getting spread it, generation after generation. But us black people, we don't care about doing that. We got too many other things to worry about. So, hopefully that wasn't too long, y'all. I did mean to stream Assassin's Creed last night. My bad, y'all. I ended up falling asleep for real. I didn't, cause I knew I wasn't gonna come in and stream it right away. So what I did was I came in, I sat down, I chilled for a little bit, and then I ended up getting tired and falling asleep. But we are about to, as soon as I get in, y'all, I'm streaming Assassin's Creed, so stay tuned and make sure to hit that follow button, make sure to hit that like button. I hate saying that, but it helps the algorithm, it helps spread knowledge, it helps spread the word, or not the word. Let me not say that because that's religious talk, but it helps spread knowledge. It helps spread knowledge, and it helps spread an awakening for people. So to this matrix, right? So as I was saying, make sure to hit that like button, that follow button, that share button, and we'll be on Assassin's Creed in just a moment. Till next time.